All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Football Focus Weekly. We've just had the first week of the season, had a lot of great action going on out on the gridiron. I'm excited to share that this show is now sponsored by Victory Chevrolet. Victory Chevrolet, where just $19 down delivers any new or pre owned vehicle. Make sure to visit them at victorychevycharlotte.com. Very excited to have them on board supporting Charlotte football insiders. All right, so we're going to run the intro, and then when we come back, we're going to interview two talented young men from Charlotte Catholic who got their season off to a great start, and they're twins. Very exciting. So we'll be back in about a minute and 10 seconds, and we'll have that interview for you. Here we go. Y'all ready to work?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. Let's wake up now. It's time. Your stepping down kind of caught them by surprise. So, yeah, can you kind of tell us what went into your decision to step away from coaching right now?
Many of these early offers are what they call contingency offers, meaning the offer is contingent on certain things happening down the road, like a corner growing 1.5 inches.
Let's not undersell this thing. A lot of coaches use this as a recruitment tool. I've lost several players because of 7-on-7 and that's fine. You know, kids choose where they want to go, but at the same time, that wasn't the intent of doing 7-on-7.
All right. Once again, welcome to Football Focus Weekly. Very excited to have everybody joining us. I see everybody jumping on. I see a lot of comments being said. There's a lot to talk about, obviously. Tonight, we're going to start with the interview that I referenced right before the intro. We'll get into some fact or fiction overreactions from week one. We'll have our updated Dirty Dozen and CMS Best of Last rankings. Week 2 game previews. We brought the predictions back after hearing everybody complain that we didn't do predictions, so we brought that back. We are for the people. And then we'll finish up the show with slime time as always. But now I'm excited to bring on two very talented young men from Charlotte Catholic. John, I hope I say the last name right. I should have checked on that. John Fijalkowski and Ben Fijalkowski. They're both twins with Charlotte Catholic High School. Coming off a big win over South Meck, and I'm going to bring them on the show right now. Guys, how we doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Ben, you got to take yourself off mute there.
Sorry, I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. Glad you guys could join us tonight. First of all, how cool is it that you guys are twins on the same team? One of the best teams in the metro area, and you're both major contributors to their success.
You know, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I mean, when you've played with someone since you were in second grade, it's kind of cool, just watching them grow up, and now you get to share the field with them for your senior season. So it's pretty cool.
Absolutely. Ben, what do you think?
Yeah, like he said, it's been awesome playing with him my whole life and seeing both of us get better each year, and now both starting on varsity, making huge plays. It's been awesome. And I'm really grateful to have him out here with me.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I was talking to you guys before the show, and I said, there's no way me and my brother could play on the same team. We would fight each other. Do y'all guys ever get into it or have some type of, competition going on between the both of you?
I mean, that's kind of obvious. Yeah. I mean, everybody's got a competition between you two, but got to work through that when you're on the field.
Got you. So talk to me about a time where you guys were really competing and might have got into it a little bit.
So South Meck, for example,
okay.
Once I got the sack, John walked over to me at the sideline and said, I wish you didn't get the sack. I probably would have gone a pick six if you didn't get that. And he's just really competitive, and he's always I guess he pushes me to do better because he always makes great plays, and it makes me want to make better plays too.
That's awesome, man. Now, John, why'd you say that?
I don't know. I'm just competitive, and
But you did end up getting the pick six, right?
yes, sir.
Yeah, talk to us about that play. What happened on it?
And I told the corner before that play, like I saw there's gonna be a screen coming, and then I saw the screen was there, and I jumped it, and then ran and picked it off.
Man, that's awesome. Was that your first touchdown?
Of my life, no, but for like high school wise, yeah.
Oh man, all right. How did that feel, man, getting in the end zone?
It felt really good, especially for the first game of the season. So
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's awesome. So you got a new head coach, Coach Emery. How's that experience been for you guys?
So he's been pushing us hard. We've had over summer we had a lot of work off season, getting the play developed, we're getting the team developed, learning all new plays. We switched up our whole defense, which has been a lot to learn, but it's working out pretty good for us. And training, and we've had lifting and film and practice every day. It's been a lot, but I think it's really going to help us out this year and make us better.
All right, awesome, man. Good deal. John, what do you want to add to that?
Yeah, I kind of agree, and he kind of brings his new philosophy of sharpening the axe every day and like one better. So like every day, like he just wants everybody to get a little bit better. That way, when you're on the game day, you're ready to go.
All right, man, that's awesome. You guys either got some teammates or family on here because there's a ton of comments. Let's see what we got here. Torin Leonard says he loves the now say this. Is it the Fijis? Is that what he's saying? Or what is he saying there?
Yeah.
Fiji? Okay. All right, cool. Who else we got here?
Ford Stevenson might be on there.
Let's see. We got Drew Dinkin. He says they are dogging it out in practice every day. They stay coming for Charlie Smith's hair. Oh no, that's your quarterback. Yeah, Charlie's a good dude, man. Yeah. All right, Drew. Thanks for sharing. I guess is this your teammate Jake right here? He says, who is an under-recognized player on the football team?
I think a huge player on the team that got hurt at the beginning of the season, Ford Stevenson, one of our corners. He could have been really good this year, but broke his collarbone. He's coming back in about 2 to 3 weeks, and I think he's going to be a huge player on the field too.
Yeah, he's commenting right here. He says, y'all my boys. There you go. All right, Ford. And then Oliver said it's him. So we got a little debate here. I'll let y'all work that out at practice. But anyway, my last question for you guys. What do you guys like off the field? What do you do in your spare time? What do you do for fun? John, I'll let you go first.
Well, whenever you're not like practicing or anything, kind of just like you kind of like just want to relax because your body needs a rest. So, like usually just going like hang out with your friends on the weekends, like going to the swimming in the pool or just stuff like that, just to keep you like off of football for a little bit that way. And then when it comes time for Monday, you're ready to go.
All right, good. All right, Ben, what you got?
Yeah, same thing as him. When I get home from school, I like to doing homework. Every now and then I work out at home after our football lifts at school. And then out of football season, I play lacrosse to stay in shape. And I try to have fun and I try to get better. And yeah.
All right, man, that's good stuff. Awesome. Let me share everybody with people that didn't see Pepman's players, the thing that I do every week, highlighting a whole bunch of players throughout the area. So, Ben, you had 17 tackles, a sack, and a forced fumble last week. And then, John, you had 10 tackles and the pick six. So, essential, part of that Catholic defense. You guys are doing a great job. And I appreciate you guys coming on here tonight. Last thing, you guys want to say anything to anyone watching, your teammates, your parents, or anything like that?
I just want to say thank you for having us out here, and I want to thank all my teammates for helping me get here and the coach, and yeah, it's been awesome.
All right, John, you got anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I was just going to thank you for allowing us to come on this show and do this. So thank you.
No, thank you guys. Great job on the field, man. Keep it up. We'll get over there soon. I love coming to Charlotte Catholic. Coach Miller, Derek Miller, is one of the guys that I've known for a long time, and I look forward to getting over there, catching up with him and you guys. So thanks a lot, guys. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. That's John and Ben Fijalkowski from Charlotte Catholic Twins doing a great job on that Catholic Cougars defense. All right. Now we're going to get the show started. Well, I got to go back because there's a lot of comments here. Let's see here. Kim Watts. Kim, you were number 3 tonight. You weren't the first one. But good to see you as always. And then our Dudley fan from Greensboro. Yeah, you guys had a big win last week. For sure. You're probably gonna have, a few more big wins coming down the line here with all that talent in that program. Let's see, Summer Blevins. Hey, Summer, how you doing? Good to see you. And then there's Nikisha, as always. Good to see you. All right. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, you got beaten tonight. Usually the first one. All right, but anyway, we got a couple people here so far with the crew. Some guys are running a little bit behind, so we're going to change the format of the show a little bit. But first, coming off a big win last week is Coach Ian Tatum at Walkertown High School. Let's bring him on. Coach, how you doing?
What's going on, Pep? What's going on?
Congratulations on the win, man.
Appreciate it, man. Guys been working hard all summer. Got to show it out on the field. Big 38-7 win against Atkins. It was really big. Football's back. All's right in the world right now, so can't say enough. Yeah.
Yes, I feel so much better.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like the week is meaningful. You know what I mean? Like going to practice, and then, at the end of the week you get to go and show off a little bit. So.
Absolutely. What you guys got on Friday?
So we play Salisbury. So it's a big matchup for us, and I got history of those guys being at North Rowan, so getting to play against them will be huge. Looking forward to the competition.
Yeah, awesome, man. All right, Coach Davis, you ready? Like you got your camera off over there. I don't think he's ready yet. Oh, there he is. All right, so now we're gonna bring on Coach Davis, who made his debut last week in strong fashion. I'm glad to have him back for week 2.
Good to be back.
What's up, Coach?
I'm chilling. I'm down in Beaufort, South Carolina right now doing some work.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
On the road.
Yeah. North Carolina is Beaufort. South Carolina is Beaufort.
That's all right. So the other guys are running a little behind, so we're going to change the order, and I'm going to get the screen back up here.
Pep, while you're doing that, you might want to give a shout out to my guys up front. I know it's an O-line guy. I know you have some typically for that. But I challenged my guys up front to get 20 pancakes in the game, and just emphasize the finishing and stuff like that. And we were able to do that. Shout out to my trench mob guys: Jaden Cowan, Ethan May, Austin Osborne, Jerry Moore, and Jalen Chef. So I got to buy them wings after walkthroughs tomorrow. They get to have a little wing dinner. So.
Coach, wings are expensive, man. You got to feed them pancakes.
They're the ones that said, Coach, if we get 20 pancakes, will you buy us wings? So I called my wife at practice, and she was like, yeah, let's do it. So
wow,
they lived up to it. So
there you go.
Got to deliver.
Hey, some kids, that's a great NIL deal for some kids.
Right.
Oh man, we don't want to have that conversation. Man. There's a whole thing going on with that right now.
Yeah, buddy.
All right. Well, we're gonna jump past Fact or Fiction because I'm gonna wait for the other guys to do that. We're gonna jump to the Dirty Dozen. Once again, the Dirty Dozen rankings are sponsored by the Queen City Senior Bowl. We had some changes because we had some football. So a lot of teams moved around. You see the plus and the minus on the screen. The plus means they moved up in the ranking. The minus means they moved down from the ranking. And then if it's 0, they stayed the same. So, of course, Weddington moves up to the number 1 spot after their win over Providence Day. Independence moves up a spot after beating Myers Park. Mallard Creek with an impressive win on the road over Prince Avenue. Christian out of Georgia. Huff drops a couple spots, even though it's only a 1-point loss. The teams above them I thought were strong and still deserve those spaces. West Charlotte moves up with a dominant win over Palisades. Even though Myers Park lost, I thought their second half was really impressive. They moved up 3 spots here. Christian and Robinson, I felt like they did what they needed to do against lesser opponents. Mooresville, very impressive. I mean, that first half was crazy. It was at 52-0 at halftime over Davie County, who's usually a pretty decent school. So they moved up 2 spots. Monroe, I felt like they did what they needed to do to beat Central Davidson. And then Shelby was impressive over Kings Mountain. So they moved up to the last spot, number 12. And then Crest Catholic, South Point, and RGKL, I think they're knocking on the door of getting in if someone else drops down. You guys got any thoughts on these rankings right here?
Yeah, good to see you're not a Butler guy. Butler kind of stunk it up. I don't know what happened. And Rose was very good now.
Yes, they are.
Rose is very, very good, but you wouldn't expect a Butler team to get beat like that.
Yeah. Me and
no matter who it is, you don't expect that.
Yeah, let's talk about it. So me and producer were there, and I talked about it a bit on Friday Night Live. But the biggest thing that I took away from that game was Roseville being so good. I mean, their offensive line was dominant, and that's the engine, and that allowed them to do pretty much what they wanted to on offense. Butler had some spots on offense where they had some big plays. They had a big 84-yard touchdown pass. They had a 30-yard touchdown run when the game, in the first half was still relatively close. But when it got to 26-14 in the second quarter, Butler had just scored, and they kicked off, and then Roseville had a huge kickoff return that just took all the momentum Butler had built up. And then from that point on, Roseville totally controlled the game. But for a quarter and a half, it was a game. So,
how was the size? Was there a size difference?
I mean, Roseville had really good size on offensive line. They did. Butler, especially in the linebackers and the secondary, they're younger, and I think that really showed. They had some guys going both ways. I think that was a factor too. But yeah, Roseville offensive line is definitely a very good size line.
Pep, only I'll probably say is Chad administrator's probably not on here yet because he's gonna have something to say about Mooresville only being 10 and Myers Park losing and being above them. But it's your ranking. Hey, I don't do rankings, so I don't hate on rankings. So I'm sure he's gonna have something to say about that.
Yeah, I talked to him, and he's being very cautious this year. His focus is not right now. In the past, maybe he would say something, but now he's just like, let's just get to the playoffs and then see how far we can go, because there's a whole thing with Mooresville not getting past the second round of playoffs. So they're thinking big picture right now. But to your point, even though Myers Park lost, I think they gained a ton of respect across the state. Just seeing different rankings across the state. I mean, some rankings have them literally right beside Independence, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I can see why 3-point margin is not big, but I think in those same rankings, people were penalizing Independence, and I didn't think that was right because they won the game. That was crazy to me, and it was multiple ones, and as good as Myers Park played in the second half, that's how good Independence played in the first half. Iron sharpens iron, and I think that was a great indication of not only that, but how good high school football is in Charlotte, which has been kind of an established thing the past 20 years, I guess.
I think that's go ahead, Tatum, Coach. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say that a couple people around the Myers Park were like, "Hey, we ran out of time." I'm like, well, you only play 48 minutes, so and then I'm sure Coach McFadden would go in here and he would say, they would get their groove back in the second half and they would have kept going too. So a good game though. I love the week one matchup. Bank of America, all that stuff. I mean, we need more of that stuff.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Coach Davis. What you got?
I was going to say, as a coach, a game like that, your first game of the year, lets you know where you stand, and I think it's only going to be a building block for both of those teams. Of course, Independence won the game, but for Myers Park, that's a great game to have your first game. To see where you at, where your so-called weaknesses are, and they had a couple. I think defensively, especially in that first half, uh, I think the speed of Independence showed with the skilled players a little bit.
Yep.
But again, I think both teams actually won when it comes down to getting in the playoffs and doing well because they see where they stand right from jump ball, so to speak, right from kickoff of the season. So that was a good thing. Congratulations to those coaches for scheduling a game against each other like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Major kudos for that. Speaking of Independence, we got Adam Big Eye Shelby ready to join the show. What's up, Coach?
What's going on? What up?
Coach Fancy Smancy with the little background in the back, huh?
I got to compete with all them jerseys you got hanging up, man.
Wow. Jeez. That's some. In another world, I would say that's a great recruiting platform right there. To see that big guy in the back. But I'm not gonna say, you didn't hear that from me.
Coach, you just said it.
You didn't hear it from me though. That was David Davis.
Oh, no recruiting over here, man. No recruiting over here, man.
Oh, God.
Hey, the big guy recruits himself.
That's right. You're exactly right. Totally agree. Coach, I was just telling him, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I think in the first half especially, your speed kind of took advantage, showed the advantage that you had against Myers Park. And I think a want to prove themselves on that stage, first game of the season, a little bit more want to out of your players. Am I correct?
Oh, yeah. I mean, first half, man, I mean, like Coach said, we knew if we did what we were supposed to do that the first half can go that way. I think second half, well, I mean, we got sloppy. A lot of penalties on defense, penalties both ways. So we kind of, like we always tell our boys, man, when you get a chance to make plays, you better make them because if you get penalties, you get other team momentum every time. It's a higher success rate that the other team goes and score or go make a play. So second half is what it was. We had a lot more penalties in the second half than we had the first half. Gave them chance after chance to make plays. We got hit with 3 big plays. I mean, shout out to that quarterback. Man, he's just as good as advertised. That guy made unbelievable throws on the run, and he was amazing, man. That guy was great. So I mean, shout out to Myers Park. I mean, they had a great second half. Like we told our boys, we gotta be better. Got to finish. Luckily, it was the first game. We got a lot of time to clean up anything that we seen that went wrong in that game. So luckily, it was the first game. And I think we showed who we are in that first half and what we can be. And then the second half, like I said, we had a lot of mistakes that put the other team in position to be successful.
Yeah, well said. Well said. In the comments, we got Hickory Red Tornadoes fan, Mr. Lackey, and your son is a heck of a running back. And Hickory got off to a great start on the season last week. Joe Hughes says, Coach is certainly eating better than us down in Beaufort. Now he wants some steamed oysters. Oh. Okay.
You can have them because I don't eat them. You can have all the oysters you want. When you walk outside, you just smell seafood. So you are right, Joe. It is something to behold down here for sure. I'll take your word on the oysters.
Then Emily Taylor says she's showing some love for her nephew, Jaden Jones. Man, what a game. Almost 200 yards on the ground.
Man, easily the best running back in the state by far. It is not one better.
You think you can get away with the rest of the year, Coach? Utilize him that much?
We didn't run him that much, guys. To be honest with you, man, you gotta understand, like he scored probably he had at least 2 touchdowns called back. Like if those penalties don't happen, that game's over at halftime.
How many carries did he have? You know offhand?
I didn't put it on the. It was like I think the stat sheet said 15. I think.
I think he only had like 15 carries for 198 touchdowns.
Yeah.
With two
Man.
touchdowns, called back.
Yeah. Man, good back. Very, very good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, I mean, that goes credit to our second running back, Travis Hill. He scored. Right. So we had a great 1-2 punch with Jaden Jones and Travis Hill. Now it will be games later on in the year or as the season go on. We feel very comfortable with feeding Jaden. Jaden is a workhorse. He's gained maybe 10 to 15 pounds. Most of why he's a lot bigger than what he was last year.
Oh, good deal.
Stronger, faster, smarter, better player. So yeah, I mean, he's built for anything that we throw his way.
Yeah, and I know the quarterback made some key throws down there when needed. Some big throws and big catches by your wideouts on certain downs when you need it. I thought that was big too, to give the running game a rest. But you're right. We talked about it last week about, who's got the most. Can the guys on the bench give a couple minutes to the starters, in a positive way, and I think your running back did that for sure. On the game against Myers Park.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, we have a lot of weapons, man. We got a lot of good receivers, good running backs. So I mean, you kind of pick your poison when it comes to our offense. Whatever type of game it need to be, Coach McFadden and those guys are ready to do that.
I think a Jaden Jones, Mitchell Summers like fight for best running back throughout the year is gonna be a great storyline.
Yeah, and I would just say, even last year with Jaden, right, rushing for 1,900 yards, he missed 3 games. We ain't gonna say what 3, because we all know what would have happened in those games. But he would have easily rushed for 2,500 yards, and he's not like, I mean, if you compare him to other running backs, I guarantee you those other running backs get 10 more carries a game than he do. He does a lot with us. Like, he's not getting the ball 30 times in a game. You know what I'm saying? He's not getting it. If he gets 30 carries, he's going for 250, 300 yards.
All right. Well, we got 2 more guys to join the panel. The producer is here. And Coach Dub, Robert Washington, welcome to the show.
Good evening. Good evening.
What's going on?
Man, Pep, I hate being at the bottom. that thing covers my face. There we go. Appreciate you. Hey, it's good to know people.
And now you can't see Coach Tatum.
Hey, man. I can sit up like this. There you go.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Boy, you guys, man.
It pays to be the head coach on the show, man.
That's right.
Hey, kissing up the HR. It's
in the comments, Jennifer Mowry says Charlotte High School football is better with the big guy in the picture. Our buddy Karen Belk says terrific first half for Indy. Credit to Jaden and Justin Little. Justin Little, quarterback, had a good game as well. Jonathan Mitchell says Myers Park and Huff will be a big one this week. Stay tuned, Jonathan. We're going to talk about that game. Kim Watt says, is Jaden better than Devin Walker at Olympic? To Shelly. We'll let Shelly respond in the comments to that one. Let's see here.
At Olympic?
Yeah.
I mean, I won't compare players, but I don't think it's a running back in the state better than Jaden Jones.
Well, that's what you're supposed to say.
But also he was the only Max Prep All-American last year at running back. So, it does mean something.
Absolutely. All right. Now, in the CMS Best of Last Week 2 update, of course, I released that last night. If you haven't seen it, here it is. But Independence at 1, Mallard Creek at 2, Huff 3, West Charlotte 4, Myers Park 5, Ardrikale 6, Butler drops to 7, Chambers at 8, Providence 9, and Olympic 10 for the top 10. Guys, thoughts on this update for the CMS Best of Last?
I think that's a good list for week 1, based on what we saw. I think Myers Park is a lot better than what people think they are. I think that Independence had a good game. They controlled the game. So I like this list based off of week 1. I'm really intrigued about 2 and 3, honestly, and we'll start figuring that out here in the next couple of weeks.
Oh yeah.
But anywhere top, I mean, this list, any one of these teams can make a deep run.
Yeah, there you go. Any other thoughts here?
Be big for Butler this week. They got what, Rockingham County this week? Richmond Senior.
Richmond, Richmond County.
So it's time to put up a shut up for Butler.
We're gonna talk about it in a few minutes.
Okay, good deal. But that's big for me. Them at 7. Chambers too. They got beat by a team as equal or a little better than them, or whatever the case may be. But it'll be important for them to bounce back also. And you guys know, your coaches. It's a marathon. It ain't a sprint. This first week is not going to make or break you. It depends on how you rebound after these losses, and sometimes how you rebound after a good win. So it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Coach, I would argue that if you're going to take your L, going to take it early.
Right. Yeah, that's what I mentioned earlier about, we mentioned the Independence Myers Park game. I said it's a great opportunity. The loser of that game is probably going to win down the road for having the guts to play that game up front. I think the kids will take away from it and build on it, whether they weren't a loss. And I think that loss for Myers Park will help them down the road. Better do it first game of the season than 13 or 10th game of the season.
I will say this. I think 14, I think Hopewell is a sleeper. And because you can appreciate this, it is led by a Cleveland County guy, right? Coach Gentry. I think they're a dark horse. Just keep an eye on Hopewell.
Other people have said that to me too. Jason McCrory says, Pep, I think you got it right this week. Oh,
okay. No email this week.
Thank you, Jason. Yeah, the chat administrator is not here, so you can't use the email. That's his job.
I agree with it though. I think it's hard to gauge. Sometimes it's hard to place teams we perceive as good coming off a loss. Like, where do you slot them? That's kind of challenging. But going off of week 1, I'm cool with this.
Trayvon Gaither says he thought Mallard Creek looked good on Saturday. Yeah, they took them a while to get going. They got down 21-0, and then they were able to make some changes offensively and just start pounding the football. And it wore down Prince Avenue Christian. And Perry Justice came in at quarterback and scored 2 rushing touchdowns, and they had a pick 6. That was a big play in that game. They were able to win that game with 31 unanswered points. So we're going to be there Friday. I didn't tell you this, producer, but we're going to – did I tell you? Maybe I did.
You did.
Okay. Well, we're going to Mallard Creek Friday. They're hosting Cardinal Gibbons out of the Raleigh area. I think that's going to be a heck of a football game. So that'll be exciting to see. Now, there's a little different segment here. We're going to call it Fact or Fiction. Guys, I'm going to give each one of you a chance to respond to this, and you say it's fact or it's fiction, and then you explain why. So, number 1, Weddington is the best football team in the state of North Carolina. Fact or fiction? Coach Tatum up first.
Oh, my bad.
I'm going to come to you individually. It's okay.
I thought you was going in order, Pep.
I am. The order on my screen has Coach Tatum first.
I'm
sorry.
Go ahead. I say fact. At the highest classification in the state, they just beat one of the most talented teams in the state, or in the country, for that matter. Andy Capone. I forget what his record is. It's like whatever and 8 in his whole career. They've been there, done that. They're the defending state champions. Until somebody, beats the man, they are the man. So I would say fact right now.
Coach Davis, Weddington, best in the state. Fact or fiction?
Man, I'm gonna give some love to the smaller schools. I hear some music. Oh, that's me.
Good, Coach?
I'm gonna give some love to the smallest. Yeah, smaller. I think Grimsley is a good football team. I think athletically they're very sound. The last couple of years been very sound, and from what Roseville did on against Butler, I think Roseville is a very strong team as far as the state. I know Weddington's a lot bigger, and to be honest with you, I'd love to see some of those big teams like Weddington, high-ranked teams, play some of the lower classification, highly ranked teams, just to show them, either put them in their place or either lose to them. But I think Roseville and Grimsley should get some love.
All right, well said, Coach. Big Eye, you don't have to answer this, but if you can, if you want to.
Yeah.
I mean, you know my answer. Who I feel like the best team in the state is, so I'll say fiction.
Producer, what do you best in the state?
I'm gonna go fiction, and it's not because I don't think they have the talent to be in that conversation. It's just so early. We just week one, and I just think we need some more data. And like Coach alluded to with Roseville, we saw them beat a really good team by 50 points. So I think they deserve to be in that as a week one. They deserve to be in that conversation. So I'm gonna go fiction only because it's so early. We need some more data before I can choose. Okay, this is who I think is the best team in the state. It's too early for me.
I got breaking news, guys. Hold on, Coach Dub.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Do you want me to send you the link? I will send it to your messenger.
Man, send him the link. Father, go ahead and get on, big dog.
Yeah, just come on, man. Just come on.
Yeah, come on now. Come on.
You got all right, Coach Dub. Fact or fiction? I'm gonna work on that in the background.
All right, so I think it's an actual fact. Like Ric Flair say, to be the man, you gotta beat the man. They finished as state champions at the highest classification last year. They beat Providence Day, which Providence Day came in or finished the season as the number one team. Also, coming in to the season as the number one team by certain people. I just think that Coach Capone is the best coach in the state, and to proven otherwise. He put that on full display. Out-coached, whenever you can out-coach a team with that much talent, and I don't know if you talked about it, but whenever you could out-coach a Providence Day team with that much talent, you're the best coach in the area.
Well said. Well said. All right. Do you feel like week one shows overall what kind of season you will have, fact or fiction? Coach Tatum.
For us personally, I would hope so. I mean, we got the win. We have a pretty tough schedule, which we always talk about. That's what you want, right? You want to see where you are, where you stack up against other teams. So we're gonna put our heads down, get to work. We got Salisbury this week, then we play Forest Hills right after that. So and then we play Reedsville and West Oaks in our conference. So we have all like top 25 2A schools. Like we've got 4 of them on our schedule. So definitely gonna be battle tested. If we make the playoffs. So looking to have a good year. So I hope it does. Kind of show what we're gonna do this year.
All right, Coach Davis. Fact or fiction? Does week one tell the story?
Well, I think it's a little fiction, more fiction, because a lot of times these first games of the season are in conference. You can tell a lot about a team when it comes to the conference schedule, playing against teams where it means just as much as more to you. So I'm going to say it's a little bit fiction for week one because you're not trying to set the table to win a conference championship.
All right. Well said, Coach. Big Eye. Week one, tell the story, fact or fiction?
I think it can. I think it'll show two things. I think if you're a team that came in and you're a lot of people have you top of the polls and you come out and just bomb week one, I think it can tell a lot about preparation or what people may not think you are. But I think if you're a good team and you ranked high and you come out and handle business week one, I think you're showing everybody who you are. So I think it's a fact. I think every coach wants to start out good. Teams get better as the season go on, but I think it's always good to start fast. So I think it's a fact.
All right, good deal. Producer, week one, tell the story, fact or fiction?
Full story, no. So I gotta go fiction. I think we've seen schools with slow starts even go 0-2, 0-3, and still make the playoffs. We've seen schools with get off 1-0, 2-0, and start to struggle. So, is it some indication? Yes, but does it tell the complete story? No. Fiction.
All right, and Coach Dub.
Fiction. There's a lot more season to be played. I mean, a lot of teams don't even have full tapes, preparation, different things like that, injuries. It's so many things that can go play a factor throughout the course of a season. So I would say fiction.
All right, good deal. And then on the last one, we got more. Does Charlotte need more showcase games like the Keep Pounding Classic and CLT Kickoff Night throughout the season? Fact or fiction? Coach Dub, I'll let you go first this time.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it. I think they do. I mean, as you see it gives you a lot of exposure both ways. Some teams this year got exposure and some got exposed, as we saw with several scores, where being able to bring those teams together, especially with CMS. And again, I haven't confirmed this, so this is allegedly that they don't allow their schools to play private schools. But we need to see Providence Days versus the Weddingtons or the Big Eyes or the Butlers or schools like that, so we can really tell like who's the better teams. Because you got to think about it. We've been projecting Providence Day all these, for the last couple of years as the top of polls, and it's easy to do that when you're not playing those same teams that's within that group, like we talked about last week, where now you got a chance to see them play against another team. So now we can truly, it's no guessing at it. If Weddington wins out, there's no way they should ever be seated below Providence Day. So it was more of a reality. So I think that fact. I think we need more of those matchups.
All right. Producer, do we need more matchups like week one? Fact or fiction?
Absolutely, 100% fact. Especially as long as it's a good matchup, so we can get. I think those classics should be geared towards schools that maybe have never played each other or haven't played each other in a long time, or just wouldn't normally play each other under certain circumstances. Private versus public, a North Carolina school versus South Carolina, something like that. As long as it's a good matchup, definitely. Let those schools play each other that under normal circumstances probably wouldn't even cross paths. So yeah, for sure.
All right. Big Eye. Do we need more matchups like the Keep Pounding Classic and CLT Kickoff Night?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I think that it's an amazing experience to be able to play in those. I know last year I was able to play at Memorial Stadium last year in the Kickoff Classic, and then this year we was at the Panther Stadium, man. So it's a great opportunity, man, just being on neutral sites, getting the matchup that you probably can't see year in and year out. I think they should try to find ways to venture out and get teams maybe not necessarily from Charlotte, right? I think that a potential like Shelby Crest game could be great for at Memorial Stadium or something like that. I think you can get like a lot of different matchups in North Carolina, or you can go North Carolina versus South Carolina. I remember that growing up, I always used to watch the Border Showcase as a kid. It could be like Shelby versus Burns, South Carolina, Crest versus Northwestern, or other schools like that. And it was always great to see those, man. So I think it's a fact. I think we can find ways to keep getting games. I know it's tougher as when the NFL is actually going on, probably to schedule some of those matchups at stadiums like that. But I don't think memorials get used as much throughout the year. So I think that'd be great if we can get more matchups at neutral sites like that.
All right, well said, Coach. Coach Davis, fact or fiction?
Yeah, that's a fact. You might not during this season. You might not get some of the matchups. Maybe if it's a good interconference game where it's a good matchup, be great to do one. But sometimes during the regular season, coaches try to concentrate on the conference schedule, but they like to throw in that homecoming opponent every 2 or 3 times as the season goes on. So the matchups might not be as great, but if you can find a good interconference game during the season to showcase like this, man, it's a win-win. The kids get the biggest win out of it, I think, with the exposure. But that is a fact. We need more of those.
All right, finally, Coach Tatum, fact or fiction?
Yeah, I think it's a fact. Mentioned it earlier. I think we need more of these. They're going to have to be early on in the season, just because conference games. The gate at each school is huge for that school, being a home game. But I wish they could figure out a way, like you were saying, if it's not just Charlotte schools, or maybe we could do like each class gets a game. I know 4 games in a day is a lot, but if you can find out, you could do some type of way to do 2 games at Bank of America, or like 2 games somewhere else, like Memorial or UNC Charlotte, or if it's not even in Charlotte, somewhere else. So each class 1 through 4, and then we're moving to more than that future, but pick more than just 2 games. I think it'd be huge. And then just I love cross state games, and it's early on. It can be before school even starts for a lot of schools. Travel won't be that big of a deal if we could kind of get a sponsor to kind of get the teams down here. You could do anywhere from across the state. You could have a Tennessee team come in, South Carolina, Virginia. Figure it out. I mean, I think there's a lot of different possibilities, but I know scheduling that far out, do this in the future, 2-3 years down the road, could be really cool.
All right, that's the new Fact or Fiction segment. Fans, let us know if you like Fact or Fiction. I thought it was pretty cool. Try to give everybody some solo FaceTime a little bit, to showcase the wonderful talent that we have on this show. And I'm talking about you guys, not me. Speaking of talent, last year was an epic year in CFI lore. As we welcomed Friday Night Fowler to the show, we were so sad that he departed, but he is back on apparently a cameo appearance. We're going to bring him on right now.
What's up, everybody? What it do, baby? What it do?
What's going on?
In the building, baby. What it do, y'all? What it do?
Friday Night Fowler.
What's happening?
Hey, baby.
That boy been fiending.
What's good with it?
That boy been fiending. I see you on Facebook. You decided to take a step back. Look, you can't help yourself.
You about to lose your red shirt?
Hey, I don't know if Friday night African American or Hispanic. My man.
We're gonna keep this to high school football now.
Hey, I'm Negroes Mayacano. How about that? No, I'm talking about. That's what I am.
Good to see you, though, Friday night. Good to see you, man.
Good to see y'all as well, bro.
Good to see you, bro.
Oh boy.
Hey, I'll keep it.
It's always love, baby. Huh?
I'll keep it to football. Hey, about them Yellow Jackets beating Northmore. That was a big game.
Oh yeah. I'm impressed with them. They got Lexington Friday, so we're gonna see. That's really gonna show how far they've come in the program. But beating Northmore was big.
All right, so Friday night, what have you been up to, man? We've missed you.
Man, I'm just working out, man, trying to go into the next phase of my life, man. That's basically about it, bro. Like I said, everybody pretty much know what I've been doing, man. So just enjoying life, man, and trying to ingratiate myself into another culture, basically.
Okay. Well, what made you want to come on tonight? What's up, man?
I mean, y'all always gonna be family, man. You know what I'm saying? And I just happened to go on my Facebook, and I was scrolling down. I seen the post. I was like, oh, let me go on and jump on. Let me go and jump in.
That boy fiending, Pep. I'm telling you, he over there shaking. It's killing him. Hey, how much restraint did you have not to post a prediction? How much restraint did you have?
I mean, honestly, Coach Dub, it really wasn't that much restraint, man, because, like I said, I got other stuff I'm focusing on right now, man, and to be honest with you, this will always be part of my life. But like I said, though, it really wasn't that much restraint, bro, to be honest with you.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're getting ready to talk about some games. So if you want to throw a prediction out there for any of these games,
okay.
You're more than welcome.
Hey, how you think we looked last week? Did we show you anything that we need to work on?
I mean, hey, you went as expected, brother. I wasn't expecting to go up 24-0 and then have them come back like that, but you got the dub. That's all that matters. I know what y'all working with.
I know you always be right. You be spot on, man. Hey, man, you need to take your picks to the casino.
Hey, cuz I meant to ask you this earlier. What was your how were you on the sideline when they made that run, when they came back?
To be honest with you, man, I think now that I'm kind of more matured as a coach. I just told the boys, you got to figure it out, man. Don't stop playing. I think the biggest thing what happens as coaches when you have an expectation for your team and you lay down a standard, your boys know when they're messing up and they know they do. I mean, yeah, we was yelling, we was complaining, but also we was coaching. We kept trying to find ways to fix it. And we took some accountability as coaches when we got to watch the film Friday and Saturday. So, there's some things that we could have did better. But in the moment, we make sure we keeping everybody head on straight, like play the next play, play the next play. But we told them, I mean, if we give them a chance to get in the game and we make mistakes, they're good enough to beat you. We told the boys that. Now we said no doubt in our mind, if we stay with our game plan and keep it clean, we had no problem with coming out with the W. We knew we was gonna come out with the W, but we also told them like this team and our offense is good enough to beat you if we allow ourselves to play the way we did in the second half. So that's all it was. I mean, our coaching staff, man, we have championships on our resume. We're composed. We've seen a lot of things. We're never rattled, man. So we stay.
So nobody was cursing on the sideline.
Yeah, I said we was cursing. I mean, I said we was cursing, but
okay, because
I said we yelled and screamed, but we also made sure we stayed composed with the boys. We didn't hop on one thing for too long. We said what we needed to say, moved on, let's try to fix it. Now we wasn't over there pointing fingers, complaining about what coach said, do this, what do that. We all put our minds together and we made mistakes. We made mistakes together and we made plays together. You gotta understand in that game, man. I mean, it was only three big plays. That the first touchdown, it came off a penalty, right? I mean, it's penalties. Pepper tell you, we had more penalty yards. We gave up plenty of penalty yards that second half to put them in position to be successful. Every offense, if I get 15 tries at it, man, I mean, goodness gracious, at some point you're gonna score. So I think if we could eliminate those penalties and got off the field on third down, because most of the penalties came on third down. We get off the field on third down. We're not in that situation, but it's part of the game, man.
Championship.
All right. So for week 2, first of all, West Charlotte.
Are we predicting these games right now, or are we just talking about it?
We're just talking about it.
Okay.
All right. Friday night for old school CFI fans. You got a prediction on West Charlotte and Monroe?
All right, now did Monroe win last week?
Yes.
I know West Charlotte won. They put up 36. What was the Monroe score?
32-7.
And they played who?
Central Davidson.
West Charlotte.
All right. There it is. Shaquan is actually going to this game down in Monroe, so we'll have pictures and highlights from this one. And if you haven't seen Shaquan's stuff, you need to go check it out. I mean,
shout out to Shaquan, man. I got to finally meet Shaquan in person.
Yeah.
A lot of y'all guys are much taller in person.
Are you talking about just photographers? What are you talking about?
I mean, first time I met Friday night, I seen Friday night on the screen for 3-4 months before I met him in person. Friday night, like 6'4", man.
I ain't gonna lie.
You met Shaquan. You were in the picture with him.
When? At the camp. No. I didn't get a picture with him he wasn't in the picture at the camp.
Yes, he was.
I thought it was just us.
He's part of us.
I mean, not just us. So I mean,
he was in there.
I ain't remember. Hey, Charlie took my head, not my heart. Well, he introduced himself to me as if it was our first time meeting each other.
Oh well, okay. All right. Well, I'll put it on him then.
Coach Doug, what you about to say, Coach Doug?
Oh no, I wasn't about to say anything.
I was about to say something about when you met me.
Oh yeah, definitely.
No, that was Big Eye.
No, Coach Doug met me too.
Coach Doug said he thought the same thing. We didn't know how tall he was.
Yeah, he was.
I don't know why. For some reason, I thought he was like 5'8", 5'7". I don't know why, but
he's 6'4". He came out there with the black Air Force, so I had to come up with my hands up like, hey, I ain't want no problem.
And he was looking like.
Here we go. Oh, here we go.
You know you was over there looking like the fifth member.
All I heard was, "Hey, coach, get the dub." We said yes, sir.
All right. So for West Charlotte, this was a close game last year. West Charlotte was able to pull it out. I think it was a 1-point game.
I think Monroe was winning a lot during that game, but they ended up having injuries and fatigue because of being a two-way team. Sometimes you have a lot of guys go both ways, and I think they kind of caught up to them last year against West Charlotte. But West Charlotte is a different team this year too, so I think that they're going to try to come out and dominate this game. But Monroe's not going to be a pushover.
Yeah, for Monroe, Namir Kendall was a Pepman player. He had 230 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns last week, and it was very impressive. But this is a big jump from Central Davidson to West Charlotte.
Dub
that's for sure.
Dubs,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, West Charlotte can't make it one of them games where it's so close that the officials step in because they'll get some home cooking in Monroe for sure. So you can't make it close.
That don't happen, Coach. What you talking about?
Okay.
That happened.
Hey,
back to back, Cleveland County.
Union County too.
For West Charlotte, they got a lot of guys that can, really step up. KD Cotton had a big game last week, playing all over the field. Aiden Turner at running back is a guy that's going to be a key player in that one as well. So going on to Cardinal Gibbons at Mallard Creek, as I said earlier, me and producer will be at this game. Both teams coming off big wins last week. Of course, we talked about Mallard Creek's win, and then Cardinal Gibbons beat Jordan in Durham, another good team, 43-24. Key player for Cardinal Gibbons, I think, is Gannon Jones, their quarterback. He threw for 332 yards and 3 touchdowns. And then for Mallard Creek, I really want to see, how they're going to attack Cardinal Gibbons. I think, they're going to come out and try to run the football, which is what they had success with, obviously, down in South Carolina. But Cardinal Gibbons is a really well-coached team. So any thoughts on that matchup?
Y'all go ahead before I say something.
I'll go with the home team. I think the Creek Boys.
Boys, okay.
I think the Creek Boys, too, because I know Cardinal Gibbons is well-coached, but so is Mallard Creek. And I think we saw that in the second half of the game last Saturday. Coach Tinsley can coach as well.
Yeah. Shout out to him and his staff for doing what they need to do to get a victory. That's a good.
I'm gonna go Creek Boys too. Is that the crib? I'm gonna go Creek Boys. Now if it's in Raleigh, I might go CG, but it's in Charlotte. It's at the Creek Boys.
All right, there it is. Now, this is an interesting game here. Myers Park at Huff. Both of these teams coming off very close losses where they played very well at times. For Myers Park, we shouted out Jared Lockhart, the quarterback, who played, really well in the second half. And then for Huff, Trey Blakeney threw for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. 212 of those yards went to Sean Brady, dynamic slot receiver. And then Tyron Evans had 175 yards receiving himself. So usually we talk about, the Huff defense being dominant, but they gave up 45 points and a lot of yards to Northwestern. And the Huff offense, was on fire. When I watched, the highlights, Northwestern's just set in cover 1 or cover 0. And that's why Huff was able to throw for so many yards to those dynamic receivers. So this matchup, what do you guys think about this one?
Well, I think that what Myers Park does, it kind of plays into Huff's strong suit. So I think if Myers Park is able to get the running game off the ground, I think he can change the game. I think I think Huff, Huff is always known for their DBs. So I think there'll be some good matchups out wide and in the back end with the receivers versus DBs. But I think if Myers Park can try to find a way to run the ball, I think it can help change the game. I mean, I don't know who to pick in that game, but I think, like I said, I think both coming off close losses to 2 good teams. So I think you get to see the real test of how good they are this week.
Yeah, well said.
What the game played at?
Is that Huff?
What the game played at? At Huff, Cornelius.
What's that?
You picking Huff Friday night?
Yeah, it's quite nice at Huff.
Okay. All right, gotcha. All right. It'll be a really good one. It'll be really good one. This was a close game last year. Huff won it 13-10 at Myers Park last year, so I think it's going to be a very similar type of game this year. All right, we alluded to this one earlier. Butler on the road to take on Richmond County. Of course, we know what happened with Butler, but Richmond only lost by 7 to Fayetteville 71st, a really good team who was in the state title game on the 3A level last season. Thoughts on this one? This is a really big game for both teams.
Hey,
One
folks.
of those games where, like how you said, if week 1 don't show you what type of team you are, I think week 2 can. I think after Butler beat their first game last week, I think they have to come out and show people who they really are. I think this is a game where Richmond's going to look at like, okay, we beat. So Richmond won last week, right?
They lost 7 to 71st.
So they lost to 71st. So Richmond like, okay, well, we both 0-1. So it's a statement game for both of them.
I think it's real big on Butler coaches, man, to get beat that bad week 1. How are they gonna pull their team up to play well against probably a good coach and good athletes on that team at Richmond County? So a lot of emphasis is gonna be on coaching this week, the Butler staff, on how they, coach their kids up to respond to a pretty bad butt whooping Friday night, and especially if Richmond jumps on them early. That could be a bit. If I'm Richmond's coach, I'm trying to say, let's knock them down early because they got beat up on bad last week, and that'll deflate them a lot. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on the Butler coaches this week, what kind of job they do.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, go ahead, Pep.
No, go ahead, Coach.
Now I was going to say I got full confidence in Coach Ferb. If there's anyone built for something like this to get those kids motivated as him, I think that I think they come out and make a statement.
Okay.
Yeah, I think. Sorry, go ahead, Brandon. You've been trying. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say Butler. Haven't seen the game in person and seeing the talent is there. I'm not taking anything away at all from Roseville. They came out, they executed, hung up 64. However, Butler is much more talented than that score is going to indicate. So if someone just looks at that score and say, okay, they lost by 50, they think, okay, that maybe they've really fallen off or something like that talent-wise. And that's just not the case. It just wasn't their night. Nothing really went as planned, but this is their chance to respond. And I think they will be motivated, but no, that they're much more talented than that score would indicate.
And question all you guys, coaches, if a team is that talented and well coached, how do you get beat by 60?
I agree.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but I can't see in any shape, form, or fashion any team that was a part of player and coach. If we're that good and more or better than that other team on foot physically, and we got a great coach, I can't get beat by 60. I can't do it.
Coach Tatum, what you got?
No, I was gonna say the word is focus, like for this week, especially for Butler. I mean, like we all have already said, getting beat so bad, but then you go into Richmond County. Richmond County might not be the same Richmond they have been, but there ain't much to do in Richmond County but go watch football. So that place is gonna be rocking. You already have what you did last week, and it's gonna be a crazy environment. So if Coach Ferb can get them to lock in, I think Butler should win this, but it's gonna be crazy down there.
I will say that I do work for Discovery Place. There is a great kids museum in downtown Rockingham, so that is something that you can do before the game. Go check it out. All right.
Is it Richmond County's first home game too?
It is. No. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Hey, tell us,
didn't that was at Rockingham.
No, they played at 71st.
It was at 71st? Oh, okay. I could have sworn it was in Rockingham. My bad.
Yeah, first home game. That place will be rocking.
Hey, Pep, let's please put out a disclaimer. Our Charlotte folks is traveling. The fans, please act like y'all got sense down there. Just speaking from prior situations.
Yeah, pretty much.
Act like y'all got sense. This ain't Charlotte.
All right, AC Reynolds is going to take on Shelby. Another big matchup. Big Eye, I know you got some thoughts on this one.
Oh yeah, man. I think AC Reynolds is always a great test for us, man. With them being in the mountains of Asheville, they're a very sleeper team. A lot of CMS schools or 704 teams don't give them the credit. You remember I predicted them on the show a year or two ago to beat Chambers when they went up when Chambers had to go up to the mountain. And I told everyone, I said, AC Reynolds is a good team, man. They're very well coached. The coaching staffs at AC and Shelby, we are all pretty cool. From I can remember when I was there. AC Reynolds have an outstanding running back in Max Guess. I believe last year, I can't remember if it was last year when they played each other. I think he went for like 200 plus and 4 touchdowns on Shelby. So I know those guys are trying to look for some get back. They have a quarterback, I believe, that transferred in from IMG, if I'm not mistaken.
Eli Hamrick, yep.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a good game. I think for Shelby, I think this is another game where we'll see if the young guys are ready to play. It's gonna be a good test. I know defensively they always run that 3-3 stack AC runs and they blitz them everywhere, and you never know where it's coming from. I think Shelby last week game against Keith Mountain gave a lot of those guys confidence. Because when you're a young team and you can win early, especially against a rival team, week 1 at home. I think that boosts your season. I think for some people, like a week 1 win can help boost and catapult your season. So I think Shelby will be ready to go. They're gonna be. I know those coaches are gonna have the boys prepared. I know they're gonna clean up some mistakes as far as penalties go and miscommunications. I think they're gonna clean out those up. And I think they're gonna be ready to go, man. You know, I'm always rooting for my second favorite team as well.
Friday night, what was your prediction for Butler and Richmond?
That was a hard one for me to pick, man, because I'm looking at it from both angles. That's a hard one, man. I can't pick on that one, to be honest with
you. A rare pick 'em from Friday night.
Yeah. As far as AC Reynolds and Big Shelby, man.
All right. Okay, well, we are way behind schedule, so we don't have time for best of the rest. But in the comments, Ronnie Price says, I think with Butler, it's new coaching staff and scheme, but the kids have to execute.
Hey, one thing I learned coaching, never blame the kids. The kids only do what they know, what they're taught.
Thanks.
That's what everybody. That's not speaking on that situation.
Dana Bullock says Richmond County has a lot of pride.
You're not wrong there.
They got a lot of pride. You're right.
Yeah, Richmond County, man, it's dope. I've never been there, but I like how when they was winning a lot of games and people came there, I like how they do the light show. When they score, they flick the lights on. I think that's pretty cool, man. I think that's pretty cool.
We played there.
Richmond got new staff too.
Yeah. When I was at West Charlotte, that at Richmond County home game, that environment is something special. When I was a West Charlotte coach in West Charlotte, we played there, and it's from a high school standpoint, it's one of the best, man. Like you said, nothing to do in town. Almost like Shelby, nothing to do. Adams know I can talk because my hometown is probably big as somebody's living room, so I can talk.
Hey, Shelby's got a checkers.
I've been out 5 times myself, man. I've been out there about 5 times myself. Yeah, it's definitely a different environment in Rockingham.
Yeah.
All right, so Slick DeVille had a message, says he's good to see you Friday night. It's good to see you too, Slick.
What a name, Slick
What's going on, Slick? What it do, baby?
Our Dudley guy says Fowler Levert.
Hey, shout out to Dudley, man. Shout out to the D-Boys, man. I love watching the D-Boys content on Instagram, man. Coach Hall, man. This is
3A state champions this year.
Yeah, for sure. They're my favorite. I'm calling now. Dudley 3A state champions.
And next year.
Oh, gave him 2 championships. Okay.
There's your Hermano Friday night.
Let's see what it do, my boy. What it do, baby? What it do?
We done tapped into a whole different culture now.
Well, now Friday night, you got to come back now. You're going to bring us a whole new demographic.
Yeah.
What it do, Jason? What it do, man? Good to hear from you, my boy.
All right. We brought back predictions by popular demand.
Like I said. Told you what happened.
A week
All right, Friday night, it's so ironic that you come back and we're bringing predictions back. So, first of all, we're starting with A.L. Brown at Northwest Cabarrus. We're coming down the line. We need your pick. So, let's start Friday night. A.L. Brown at Northwest Cabarrus.
A.L. Brown.
Coach Tatum.
Brown.
Coach Davis.
Brown.
Producer.
L. Brown.
Big guy.
Brown.
Coach Dub.
Same Brown.
Northwest Cabarrus for me. All right, West Charlotte at Monroe. Coach Dub.
Dub C.
Big Eye.
I'll go with Dub C.
Producer.
West Charlotte.
Coach Davis.
Golden Lions, West Charlotte.
The who?
They the Golden Lions too. West
No,
Charlotte. Y'all ain't told me Golden Lions.
Don't start that.
Only Golden Lions. Yeah, it's like saying there's only one Bulldog. There's more than one Golden Lion.
Coach Tatum.
Come on now.
I'm gonna go West Charlotte.
Friday night.
Dub C.
Clean sweep for West Charlotte. Oh boy. You know what happens when that happens. Providence at South Meck. We'll start in the middle. Producer.
Providence.
Coach Davis.
I'm gonna go South.
All right. Coach Tatum.
Yeah, Providence.
Friday night.
Providence.
I'm gonna take I'll go with Providence. Coach Dub.
Pep, you act like that was such a hard decision. Providence.
Yeah, they're close in my rankings. I didn't think about it. Big Eye.
Really?
Providence.
All right. You the last. We had all the time to think about it. Anyway, Charlotte Christian at South Point. I'm gonna go with Charlotte Christian. Coach Dub.
We're gonna go South Point. Go, hey, Gaston County strong, baby. Let's go.
There it is. Big Eye.
I'll go South Point.
Producer.
South Point.
Coach Davis.
I'll go against the Tide. Christian.
Now you with me? You all right?
Okay, we good. We good.
Yeah, we good. Coach Tatum.
South Point. Got to stop that option, man.
All right. Friday night.
South Point.
All right. Finally, North Gaston at Bessemer City. Friday night.
I'm going Bessemer City.
Bessemer City. All right. Coach Tatum.
Nogan.
North Gaston. Coach Davis.
Bessemer City.
The city. Producer.
North Gaston.
Oh, we're split. Big Eye.
North Gaston.
All right. Coach Dub.
It's a tough one for me.
No, it ain't.
It is. Well, but you know what? I'm
No.
gonna go North Gaston.
No, it ain't no tough one for you.
I will go North Gaston as well. So those are the predictions.
Come on, Coach Wilson, Coach Harbison. Let's go, baby.
All right. We'll see how those come out next week. And we might have to bring back loser of the week for the losers. So stay
Hello,
tuned for
Pep. I think I got a game I want to see if I can predict.
that. All right. What you got?
Let me see who they play. Hold on.
Oh,
What
come
about
on,
Roseville and Grimsley? Are they playing?
Roseville.
You want to pick that one?
Roseville.
All right. Roseville at Grimsley. Coach Dub.
On the spot.
No, remember that Roseville.
Don't call it out unless you want to do it.
Is that Roseville, Pep?
Yeah, it's at Roseville.
Is that Roseville?
We'll go Roseville. Ooh.
All right. Friday night, we'll go to you.
Roseville.
Coach Tatum.
Hey, it's a 3-3-6 guy. It's tough, but I'm gonna go Roseville.
Ooh. Coach Davis.
Roseville.
Producer.
After what I saw, no way I'm picking against them. Roseville.
I will say Roseville as well. Big Eye, you got to pick?
Yeah, I'll go Roseville. I was wanting to predict Ashbrook game. They already got a bye week.
Yep.
We can add Burns versus Crest.
We already added one, man.
We'll be here all night.
3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
And you know, go ahead. I think.
Okay, Burns versus Crest. Would anyone take Burns?
Go ahead. We should go to Big Eye. Big Eye, because he called it out.
Big Eye solo picks. Big Eye, you want to do solo picks?
Yeah, you can do solo, man. I'll take those little ponies in Bowling Springs.
Don't y'all call them North Shelby or something like that?
Oh shit!
I call them. I heard they was called North Shelby.
Okay. All right. Gary Ashley has one. Okay, we'll do one from the crowd. He says Lake Norman versus Statesville. Oh,
Statesville. Give me Statesville.
Well, hold on. Y'all got to go in order. Friday night, Lake Norman, Statesville.
Statesville.
Coach Tatum.
I'll go with Coach O, Lake Norman.
Coach Davis.
Statesville.
Producer.
Statesville.
Big Eye.
I'm going with Coach Cowan in Statesville.
Coach Dub.
I'm going with Coach Cowens and Coach Torrance, Statesville.
Yeah, it's gonna be close, but I'm gonna go with Statesville as well. Now we can't, y'all posting all these games. We can't just keep predicting games.
Hey, just pull up Max Preps, man. Like, I'm gonna be here for all night.
We can't predict the whole schedule.
Hey, somebody put. What about Noga and Bessemer City?
Oh, Tasha, we did that one. We did that one already. So in the replay, you'll see our picks for that one. That was a pretty split pick right there. All right. What else we got here? Next week's show, of course, we'll have Pepman's players. I think I'm going to film it separately because we've got so much to talk about now. So it'll be done the day before the show. We'll be updating the Dirty Dozen and CMS Best of Last rankings. Part of our topic discussion next week, why does North Carolina not support high school football like other states?
You need to block out a good 30 minutes.
So we might just leave that as a single topic then. And of course, we'll have our game previews, predictions, and slime time, which is what we're about to do right now. So let's switch it over. And let's get going. It's slime time. Friday night. You get the honor of going first on slime time because you've been gone for several months. So I know you got a lot of slime in the bucket. So go ahead and get it out. Who you want to slime?
I want to slime my damn Florida State Seminole. And DJ Unkely or whatever how you pronounce his last name, man. Bro, come on, man. I know I said in my post the other day I wasn't mad. I'm mad as hell, bro. Real talk, man.
All right.
And that's all I got. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's all you gonna say. Okay.
All
right. That's great. That's great. Coach Tatum, who you want to slime tonight?
All right. I'm gonna slime these referees. Okay.
Oh, now hold on, Coach.
Hey.
You don't get no calls now.
Hey, we ain't got no calls last week. Oh, so I'm gonna say that I'm gonna start out and preface this. I know being a referee, an official in any sport, whatever it is very difficult, and you are hated on, and you can't see everything. But just talking to my buddies around the state, I feel like everybody's having the same issue. I felt like a lot of officials were throwing flags to kind of get a start on the season. Be like, this is how things are going to go. Now we earned a lot of penalties because we made some bonehead mistakes, but I felt like with our game and some of my other buddies were sending me things. Referees were just trying to be like, well, we're gonna get a start on. You're not gonna do this. You're not gonna do that. We'll set the tone early. And it's week one. Everybody's gonna make mistakes. Everybody's emotions are gonna be high. Whether it be personal fouls or even just down to the holdings, right? I just felt like everything was very petty, tic-tac, and not the whole game, but in some big games and some big moments too. So I'm just going to slime officials. They can kind of have just a permanent slime, with me. So it is what it is.
Wow. Woo. Boy, it's a lot of hot slime in the bucket tonight. Okay. Coach Davis, who you want to slime?
Well, I looked out the window. I think somebody just threw a flag on Coach for coming up Friday. Threw one already on him. I like the slime golf courses, man. As an avid golfer, they charge you a cart fee. If you ride with two people, you and another person, they charge each person that fee. And if you ride by yourself, they charge you the same fee. Well, if you ride by yourself and there's a fee, if you ride with somebody else, I think that fee should be split. But they don't do that. That's how they get ahead. So I'm sliming golf courses out there right now for overcharge. They should separate a split the cart fee if two people are riding in the car.
Golf courses catching it. Boy, you never know what's gonna happen.
Right.
Big Eye, who you want to slime this week?
Hey man, to be honest, Pep, man, I don't really have no slime this week, man. I'm just,
This is 2 weeks in a row now.
Yeah,
mandatory, man.
Hey man, life's been good, man. I'm just staying out the way, man. Ain't no.
What's her name?
Oh no.
You can always slime the Panthers. You can always slime.
Listen, man. This is my favorite establishment that I'm about to slime. I'm about to slime Bojangles. I don't understand how Bojangles 2-3 days in a row you ain't got no large cups, man. Don't let me order a meal both sides and I get charged for the both sides price, but don't no large cup come out that window. I don't know what's going on, Bojangles. I love y'all to death now. I love you. Don't make me have to go get somewhere else now. Come on.
Then they give you 2 cups.
Give me a medium
Right,
cup.
at least 2 drinks. You should get 2 drinks. That should be 2 drinks.
Come on, man.
Hey, Adam, Coach, I'll give you one better. Burger King on Nation Ford other day didn't have any hamburgers. They just had chicken and fish.
Burger King has no hamburgers?
They're just king at that point. Just king.
We gonna come back to that. All right, producer, who you want to slime this week?
I think I'm gonna slime the politicians out there that feel the need to mail me some crap every day and stick flyers in my mailbox every other day, man. I get it.
Every damn day, man.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, scale it back a little bit, man. Every day a flyer or something, man, just mudslinging. Just that's all it is at the end of the day anyway. So I get it. Elections coming, but they're overdoing it a little bit to me. So I'm sliming them.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm. All right, Coach Doug, who you want to slime this week?
I want to slime parents like this, and this might take a little bit. I got a good friend of mine. I'll leave him nameless. For the last 5 years, I've been hearing how good his son was. And, I said, you know what? I'm gonna go out and support him. That kid, like one of my nephews, man. Never seen a kid play football. And as you know, high school coaches, our Saturdays are important to us. We hold them dear. So I go out and support my friend and his kid. Kid did nothing. Kid didn't drop all the passes, missed tackles, and he come up to me. He's like, "Coach, man, it was just bad coaching." I was like, "Dude,
What? Yeah.
it can't always be the coach's fault. It looked like it was your son's fault." And him being, because I'm the type of friend, I'm gonna keep it real. But I'm just sliming these parents that, they'll come up to you, "Coach, I got this connection. I know this, and I know this trainer, and my cousin, brother, uncle, sister-in-law coaches at this university, and their kids aren't good." And sometimes you got to know when to throw the towel in. Football's not for everyone. They could be running cross country. They could be playing volleyball. They got men's volleyball now. They could be playing water polo. They could be playing tennis or golf. But football's not for everyone. And stop bragging if your kid ain't going to show up when we come to these games.
There you go.
Straight like that.
Those are facts.
All right.
Brutally honest right there.
There you go.
I am the
Yeah,
please,
yeah,
producer.
I get it.
But producer, let somebody waste your time on a Saturday. Like I could have been out with my wife.
Mm-hmm.
How old's the kid? Like what? Oh, like what?
Like, what age of football 12. We talking?
12.
Hey, man, he get over there. He need to get in the lottery. Get in the lottery at Mount Olive, man.
Please don't. Please don't.
On that note, if you see us on Friday night, say hello. But thanks to everybody for being here. Once again, make sure you go and check out Victory Chevrolet. We're just $19 down delivers on any new or pre-owned vehicle. Make sure you visit them at victorychevycharlotte.com. Very, very excited to have them on board with us here at Charlotte Football Insiders and Football Focus Weekly. On behalf of the whole crew, make sure you stay away from Burger King if you want a burger. Good night, everybody.
Sounds so crazy.